Everyone is waiting for The Witcher 4. Yeah, we understand that this game is only in the early stages of development. Yes, we know that there's still a long road ahead, years and years of waiting. And yes, we are aware that the concept may change 100 times, but we cannot simply stop thinking and theorizing about what The Witcher 4 will be like. And today we have one of the most intriguing topics for such a video, the monsters in The Witcher 4. Do agree, without a rich variety of incredible creatures, this universe would not be nearly as captivating. So let us try to decide which monsters will roam CD Projekt Red's next game. Of course, we would not go overboard by listing every ordinary creature from the third Witcher game, such as neckers and ghouls. We already have a fair amount of information, a couple of trailers, developer comments, and hints about which part of the continent the game will explore. From that, we can draw reasoned conclusions about specific, unique monsters that will almost certainly appear, or at least should, from a lore-accurate point of view, along with creatures never before seen in the series about Geralt of Rivia, because this is the old Witcher here. Before we begin, as always, we'd like to thank our patrons. Their support keeps this channel alive even in the toughest times. Do join this list of awesome people, and we promise to keep releasing fresh content. And in the meantime, go get your snack bags, because we're about to tell you about the most awe-inspiring monsters heading to The Witcher 4. The majority will enter the game series for the very first time. Northern Bears of Lan Exeter. Let us start with something simple and relatively mundane, beasts that exist across the continent, yet reach their peak in the northern kingdoms of Cover and Pelvis, where an especially powerful strain dwells. We're talking about the common bear and its decidedly uncommon cousin, the brown Lan Exeter bear. The Lan Exeter bear is no ordinary animal. This creature eclipses its southern relatives in size and displays noticeably higher intelligence, though it despises captivity. Hence, a tame Lan Exeter bear is a rare sight indeed. Woods and gorges at the foot of the Dragon Mountains teem with these prodigious bears, fishing in the icy mountain streams. For a long time, they have coexisted with dragons, rulers of the region, only a few centuries ago. The bears survived back then, and they will survive now, refusing to surrender their domain to intruders. We saw these titans in the early tech demo for The Witcher 4. And we can be sure they will pose a stiffer challenge for Ciri than their valiant kin ever did for Geralt. Mantacor. The next monster on our list is also featured in the tech demo. This colossal beast with a lion's body, bat-like wings, and a scorpion's tail is exceedingly rare on the continent. Yet if any place harbors a higher concentration of Mantacors, it's the Dragon Mountains, whose peaks remain largely untouched by humankind. Caverns over there bristle with creatures thought long extinct, prime adversaries for Ciri. Until now, the Mantacor has never appeared as an enemy in any Witcher game, existing only in Geralt's recollections. According to the books, Geralt once slew a Mantacor near the Temerian city of Dorian and earned 150 crowns for its head. The Witcher 4 will therefore mark the first time this monster appears as an actual foe for the new main Witcher, Ciri. A Mantacor is a monster in the truest sense, savage, existing with the only purpose to kill and destroy. Thinning its numbers is precisely the sort of contract the Witcher undertakes, though it is far from easy. The Mantacor ranks among the continent's deadliest creatures, swift, powerful, heavily armored, able to fly, venomous, and boasting 3 rows of serrated teeth. The Witcher Letho of Goulet, one of history's strongest monster slayers, nearly died battling a Mantacor, and only Geralt's intervention saved him. The Mantacor is unlikely to be a routine encounter in The Witcher 4. More plausibly, Ciri will meet one as a boss, either in a specific location or as part of the main storyline. Its presence in the trailer all but guarantees the beast's role in the 4th Witcher game. Balk. Another monster from the trailer for the upcoming Witcher game is even more mysterious and unexpected than a Mantacor. At least the Mantacor had been mentioned before, but we've seen Bog for the first time with the release of the initial trailer for The Witcher 4. This is a powerful creature worshipped by people who believe in its supernatural powers. A monster that has become a divine force for several generations of a single human settlement. This creature is incredibly strong, agile, and intelligent. In addition, it wields dark magic, able to instill paralyzing fear, probe a victim's mind, single out weaknesses, and drive the terrified to orchestrate their own demise. At the claws of Bog, that is. In one village on the continent, the locals sacrifice young girls to Bog every year. They do so believing their, so to say, deity will spare the settlement for a time. The chosen girl is prepared for the ritual, adorned in finery, and is often told it is an honor. She will save the entire village. Although, of course, she has no real choice in the matter. The Bog is a rare monster, perhaps even unique. In all of Geralt of Rivia's adventures, there is not a single mention of it. Yet its spider-like, muscular, six-limbed body recalls the ancient horrors that prowled the continent long before mankind. The creatures such as She Who Knows. It is quite possible Bog is linked to the great witches of the Witcher world, and Ciri may have a complex history with it, so her clash with Bog in The Witcher 4 could mark another twist in her struggle against primordial evil. White Dragon. From the forest hamlets and villages of Cover and Povis, we turn to the untouched peaks of the Dragon Mountains. In this video, we have already ascended them once in search of ancient Mantacors. But the next monster on our list is even rarer and certainly more powerful. Many deem it extinct, yet there is surely a place for this creature in the new Witcher. We speak of the White Dragon, also called the Ice Dragon, the true king of the continent's loftiest spires, and it surely has to appear in the fourth Witcher. Dragons are among the few beings that have become unmistakable symbols of both the books and games of the Witcher saga. Tales of these majestic creatures permeate Geralt's journey, and Ciri, following in her adoptive father's footsteps, must encounter them as well. And if you guys want to learn everything about dragons, do check our dedicated video via the link in the top right corner. Returning to our topic, when discussing Land Exeter and the Kingdom of Cover, it is obvious that one particular breed of flying lizards, the White Dragon, must cross the Witcher's path. The White Dragon is the rarest of its kind. It is even rarer than its golden cousin. Many scholars claim this species has vanished altogether. However, no one denies that white dragons once ruled the Dragon Mountains. They have done so since time immemorial, and no human foot has ever trod those summits. That is why the likelihood of living specimens remains high. At the very least, one could certainly uncover fossilized eggs, ancient nests, or weather-bleached bones. Therefore, the White Dragon, one way or another, is bound to appear in The Witcher 4, and we only hope the creature becomes Ciri's ally, not the foe. Ruhin. The next monster on our list is also exceedingly rare, perhaps one of a kind. Born of human experimentation and insane mutations, it is steeped in pain and hatred, craving only blood. Ruhin's form blends humanoid and insectoid traits, bristling with jagged claws and chitinous pincers. Yet beneath that flesh lurks a powerful demon trapped within the warped body by an unnamed sorcerer. It is known that Ruhin escaped the wizard's control and took refuge in the forests of Melior, which have since become deadly to any traveler. Ruhin wields magic and can flood victims with terror, freezing them where they stand. In that sense, he resembles Bog, discussed earlier. However, Ruhin is even more dangerous. The creature can distort space and time with the demon's power inside it. It moves with insectoid agility beneath armored carapace, and can deceive the unwary by masking its true form beneath a cloak. The Melior forests lie within Cover's borders. They've got to be featured in The Witcher 4, and given that Ruhin's story appears only in the Gwent TCG, it seems inevitable that this monster will lurk deep within those woods. Whether he serves as a wandering threat, a boss monster, or even a quest boss, one thing is for sure: Ruhin is worth anticipating in the next Witcher adventure. Sea Serpent. From the forests of Melior, we move to the Gulf of Praxida. to the endless sea horizons filled with a wide variety of denizens of the deep. We could mention plenty of monsters from the books or earlier Witcher games, but let us focus on those that have never appeared before and absolutely should haunt these waters. We're talking about sea serpents, the true tyrants of the northern seas, feared by sailors everywhere. Gigantic, powerful creatures capable of splintering even the largest vessels with a single strike of their coils. Rumors of sea serpents spread far and wide, from the shores of Sintra and Cidaris to the frozen oceans of the far north. Duke Aglavol of Remivord once spoke to Geralt about such beasts, and King of Sintra Ais Tirshak claimed he had seen one with his own eyes and had barely escaped alive. Yet the true home of these leviathans, their bodies like titanic snakes, jaws half a ship in length, has long been believed to be the Gulf of Praxida itself, considering that Carver's greatest ports, Pont Vanis and Land Exeter, lie on its shores and will almost certainly feature in The Witcher 4. The sea serpent has to appear logically. Of course, unless CD Projekt Red omits swimming and the sea remains a mere backdrop. We trust they will not make that mistake. The Wild Hunt. The last monsters on this list have got to be present by every measure: logic, lore, and the new protagonist. They have loomed either center stage or in the wings of every Witcher novel, game, or screen adaptation. A race of chief antagonists whose purpose has always been to hunt Ciri. So we have Ciri. She's a Witcher now, the playable hero, and of course she cannot escape the ghosts of her past, the ghosts of the Wild Hunt. The riders of the Wild Hunt may not serve as the primary villains this time. They might not even be enemies. Yet they will surely appear in The Witcher 4 in some form. Their realm, home of the Ainel Elves, is likely still dying from the White Frost, and they must keep seeking the Child of Destiny who can reopen the Ardgate and lead them to another world. At the end of The Witcher 4, we saw Ciri confront the White Frost itself. But the White Frost cannot be defeated everywhere. It is an ecological catastrophe that befalls certain worlds, inevitable and unstoppable. Ciri still wields the power to traverse realms, or at least she should. We do not know whether she has relinquished it to become a Witcher, but in any case the Wild Hunt will not simply abandon her and leave her be, and the Red Riders, clad in skeletal armor upon ghostly steeds, will never cease to threaten, unless the time has finally come to save them once and for all. Well, and you guys can save us in the channel by liking and subscribing. Do write in the comments which other monsters you expect in The Witcher 4. Perhaps we missed an obvious one. A huge thank you to everyone who watched this video to the end. See you soon when the old Witcher speaks once more.